there. Muy bien, muy bien. If your camera's off, please take a minute, get yourself on for us. What I told those guys that are here today, just take a minute, catch up on Skyward, make sure you're not missing anything. You know, with all my different people everywhere, it always takes a minute to get everybody on. And then we'll get to it. So as you're coming in, please, like I said, make sure your camera's getting on, make sure you're in your camera so I can actually see your face. Maybe pull it down a little bit. Karen, thanks. A little bit. Ava, thanks. Joel, Ethan, Jameson, Rodney. I know some of you guys can get it on. Turn it on if you can. Angel, Charlie. Thanks. So today's our review day. Vamos a empezar con mandatos. We're going to look, go through commands one more time. Oh, Gracie has a friend. You ready to learn some Spanish? She got her dog. Yeah, we're going to go back through commands. We're going to go through some vocab. We're going to play some Book-It. You're going to have some Quizlet time. If you didn't get your textbook done yesterday, I said you could work on that today. So I'll give you a little time on that. And we'll see if we can't get ourselves in good shape for your quiz tomorrow. All right. So that's kind of where we're headed. So let's talk about commands first. Maybe saquen los apuntes. If you've got notes somewhere on your commands, why don't you grab those? If you've been into school, they're in the back of your packet. You just picked up a little 2-page packet. It's the second page I want you to focus on. If you're at home and you've been into school, grab that little packet. It's the second page. Otherwise, you do have the notes on command somewhere. They're probably, you know, either you printed them off yourself or it's in a Google folder somewhere. So let's find your notes. Pausing for a minute. Make sure you're looking at usted commands, formal commands, not the to commands, the usted commands. All right. So let's talk it through. I would say you can expect a participation grade probably tomorrow. So if you haven't gotten a ton of points, I'll tell you who could maybe use one today real quick, and you can make sure you try to get your hand up. Sebastian could use one, Ava, Leah, Camila, Yasmin, Joel, Riley, Morgan. Okay, at least one, maybe just one, or maybe a couple. So those people, get your hands up. First of all, who do I use? With whom would I use an usted command? That's my first question. My thing, Morgan. An adult, right? So for you guys, basically any adult that's not like in your immediate family, right? For me, it would still be an adult, a professional, a doctor, somebody I don't know. Any of those types of people I would use an usted command, all right? It's just a little more formal is what we call it. All right, how about an ustedes command? Ustedes command. How does that adjust? Who are we talking to? Okay, my question is, with whom would I use an ustedes command? What are you thinking? You're looking at your notes. You should be looking at them. I think it's under number 4. Does that help? Ustedes command. All right, let's a group of people. So I often use ustedes commands with you guys. Usually I'm not telling one person to get out your computer. I'm saying, okay, saquen las computadoras, right? Escuchen, everybody listen, right? So they go for a group of people. Perfect. All right, so how do I form a command, an usted command? Let's start with that. There's 2 steps. Okay, the biggest thing you have to be careful of is not to confuse this with 2 commands, because those have their own rules. So what am I going to do? Sebastian, what are my rules here? You looking at your notes?
I wasn't here yesterday.
So. Okay, make sure you go to your class resources and pull up your notes. Okay, I think I gave them to you on Tuesday. How about Leah? Can you help us?
The first step?
Yeah.
You start with the yo form and then
Perfect. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Say your last thing. Start with the yo form and
drop the O.
Drop the O. Perfect. Yo form, drop the O. You got to do that because there's a lot of irregulars. Ava, you want to take it from there?
Don't you just change the ending to the opposite? So like AR or AR verbs would be E, and then ER and IR verbs would be A.
Yep. Okay, so you do opposite ending, right? So that means an AR verb now ends with E, and an ER and IR verb now ends with last name. Hey, good. All right, so that's it. You're done if that's an usted command. What about if I want to make it negative? How do I make it negative? Charlie, how do I make it negative? Well, Charlie, I thought you needed a point. You actually don't, but still, Charlie, you want to answer it? He's passing. Joel, how do I make it negative?
You put no in front of the verb.
Yep, super easy. Just put no in front. Okay. And how do I make it now into an ustedes command? What do I do to get the whole group involved? Just trying to see who needs a point here real quick. I don't see her. I thought she was here. Nope, must have lost her. Okay, Lauren, how do I do it?
You add an N at the end of the thing.
No,
At the
add
end of
perfect. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to your current lesson if you're not looking at it right now. Maybe take a minute. Current lesson, current lesson. Let me find it over here. Let's see. So, número uno is what I want you to click on. It says review práctica con mandatos formales. So, I guess I can show you. It's pretty straightforward, but so click on number one here. I'm screen sharing, I think, if you need it. So I've just gone to my current lesson. Número uno says review práctica con mandatos formales. Please go ahead and click on that. And I think I have it set so that you can see your answers. So see how you did. If you never did this, you should. That means you have a 0 out of 15, which is not ideal. If you did terrible on it, I think I gave you two chances. So if you didn't already redo it, you can still redo it. Usted commands. Yo form drop the O opposite ending. So look through these 10. What you have to be careful on is there are regulars kind of mixed in. There are yo forms you need to catch, right? You need to make sure you remember fuego is the yo form, or pongo is the yo form, or I don't know, duermo is the yo form. Then you have to be careful of the irregulars. There were 5. They're on the back of your notes if you need to check them. Ir is an irregular, vaya. Ser is an irregular, sea. Saber is an irregular. What's saber? What's the command form for saber? Somebody just say it. I don't need a hand. Command for saber? Command for saber.
Sepa.
Thanks. Sepa is correct. Gracias, Juana. So, any questions for me on those first 10? You're not sure about something, ask. I guarantee you'll have some of the same ones and a few different ones tomorrow. Okay, so then go down to the ustedes commands. You should have an N at the end of those guys. Check them out. Make sure you did vengo or, I don't know, practicar. You got to be careful of cargars are verbs, right? So car, you have to change that C to a, anyone? C changes to if it's a car verb like practicar. Yeah. Thanks, Gus. QU. Right. All right. Any of those you want to ask about? Any of those you need me to talk about or explain? Anyone? We good? See? Okay. All right. Like I said, if you never did it, please still do it. I'll give you some partial credit. If you didn't do well and you have another chance, you can do it again. Again, if you do it now, you have to message me because I will not see that you have done it. So send me a message and then I'll go back and try and get you a couple points, especially if you're sitting on a 0 out of 15. That is too many points to have a 0. Okay. All right. So I am going to give you a choice of activities for, let me think how I want to do this, probably about 15 minutes. So let me tell you kind of what your choices are. Okay, I would like you working on one of these 2 things, please. Not free time. Here is your choice. You're looking at your current lesson. It says there was a guided grammar textbook activity on commands from yesterday. Okay, I assigned it yesterday up here, textbook to Pearson. It's called, I don't know, I'll tell you what it's called if I get there real quick. Guided grammar activity, mandatos afirmativos y negativos con usted y ustedes. It looks like How many people have done this? 9 of 22 have done this. So it seems like unless you are those 9, the rest of you could use some time to do this. Now, let me remind you, for full credit, you need to get at least what percent on this activity? 70% or better. So if you didn't get 70% or better, I would suggest that you redo it before I check it later tonight. All right? So if you have not done that guided grammar activity, why don't you work on that right now? If you have done that, then I would like you to work on some Quizlet. Okay, the link is at the bottom of your page under homework, under your current lesson, and you can have about 15 minutes to play a game, to go through your flashcards, to do a little self quiz, to do some memory, to do some matching, but I want you to use your time wisely. All right? Any questions? What to work on? Okay, if you've got any individual questions, obviously put it in the chat. I'm happy to do it. Otherwise, we'll reconvene in about 15 minutes for some Book It. If you're on Zoom, I want you to stay on Zoom. Okay, don't leave, don't go anywhere. Just, I'll mute myself and you can work on the guided grammar activity and or Quizlet. Okay? On commands is not done. I do want you to finish that up. I will probably check that later tonight, first thing tomorrow. So make sure you have that taken care of. It'll also be good practice for your quiz tomorrow. So quiz tomorrow, formal commands and vocab. Vocab will be used. It's not a big vocab quiz. Vamos a hacer una actividad de escuchar, una actividad de leer. So you need to make sure you're feeling good about vocab. We're going to play a little game right now related to that. Any quick questions about what's due for tomorrow, what to expect on your quiz? All right, so vamos, oh, is that a question? Sorry. No. Okay, so we are going to do a little Book It. If you've not played this before, it's much like Kahoot, only it just is a little more fun because you get to steal from other people, basically. So I will screen share the code, and I just need you to sign up very much like you are going to play Kahoot. Let's see, Spanish 3, chapter 3. So we are going to do Gold Quest because it's my favorite game. I don't know, I've tried some of the others. I don't like them as much. I don't know why I can't do this. Hello. Oh, that's it. Okay. My kids are so obsessed with this game that they made me make them one. So I couldn't really find any great ones. So I like made them one where they had to like pick the candy bar, pick the cartoon character, pick the animal. So we play a lot. Sometimes I just can't play anymore, but it is fun. So, all right, we're going to do 5 minutos. We'll see how that goes. So you are going to go to this bookit.com/play. And then you're going to put in this code and stick your name in. Got Juana, got Alyssa, got Eva. right, get there if you're not there yet. Everybody in here on, I see Gus. Morgan, Alyssa. All right, anybody out there still trying to get on?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a second. All right, we good now? Anyone still need it? Oh, there's one more. Okay, you can always join us late. All right, so here's how this works. Okay, you're gonna answer questions. Then if you get it right, you get to pick a treasure chest. Then you collect gold. Sometimes you lose gold. You can take gold. You can swap gold. Sometimes you get more gold. And whoever has the most gold at the end of 5 minutes wins. You'll work it out. It's pretty easy. So you should hopefully see a question.